Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
So the Nets starting five. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Taurean Prince is out there with Allen, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And for Atlanta, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. And it's Young. Then it's John Collins. And it's Fernando in at the center, locking down the middle. To the paint, knocked away. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Here's Herter. Just 5 to shoot. Allen with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen with the fadeaway. Here's Prince. It's not going to go for him. Collins with some nice D. Pass to Fernando. Over Prince, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Now we'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 37-point game against Orlando. Clock at 6. Here's Collins. Nails it from the high post.
From the middle, part of Collins' game that is developing. Nice work, and that's paying off.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Allen finds LeVert. Down low. And the basket by Harris.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
Young taking his time here. And it's Hunter with the jam.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't leave him open like that.
LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Rebound by the Hawks.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Connects from 3-point range.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Here's Dinwiddie. Following the 3 by Atlanta. Now the pass to Harris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
First free throw is good. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And Harris drops them both. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now, here is Young. The 11-footer. Allen with the rebound.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Washington. And it's LeVert missing.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here's Fernando. A beautiful reverse layup.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Dinwiddie against Young, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Now, here is Young. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Collins passes to Fernando. Here's Herter. Over Prince. Allen with the rebound.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
It's LeVert on the wing. He's coming off a 34-point game against Washington.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Herter. Last game we saw him score 13. Nailed from three-point land.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to Washington. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they would go. They've made some pretty solid picks. Got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Herter, relying on shooting on the perimeter, and things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Prince outside. Dinwiddie finds LeVert. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. LeVert's got 6. And John Collins, Brent, falling that late in the first round shows you how deep that draft was.
Some people thought it was going to be a slow rebuild in Atlanta. They've made some pretty good picks. Grabbing Collins, as you mentioned, and then last year picking up Trae Young and Kevin Herter in the draft and relying on some shooting. That number 19 has been pretty lucky so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
Now LeVert after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Misses from short range.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. LeVert the pass to Harris. Here now is Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep, Prince, and the Nets another 3.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running.
Yes.
You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is. Oh, he's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins one of the game's better dunkers.
And he knocks down the first one. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
That one misses.
And John Collins, the 19th pick to the Atlanta Hawks back in the 2017 draft. A lot of people feeling like he's a steal because of the progress he's made in these short 2 seasons.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Prince misses.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Shots good from Young.
All about getting into a rhythm as a shooter. When Trae Young finds his, he's pretty fine at taking those shots.
Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. Prince outside. Lets it go with a 3. He can't get it to go. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Young, and the layup's good off the glass. And now a 3-point Atlanta lead.
The threat of Trae Young, we talk so much about gravity in the NBA. It's unlocking some other scoring options. Strong take.
Now here's Dinwiddie. The 11-footer. Here's Jordan, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, the intensity of DeAndre Jordan on the glass helping to secure the rebound.
Well, he might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying for defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside.
Free throw good, Jordan.
Well, the way that DeAndre has built up his body over the last few years, he's gone from a raw and skinny prospect to a guy that you can't move around on the inside anymore.
And it's blocked by Jordan. Harris with it. He has 7. Dinwiddie finds Harris. Pass to Temple. To the middle. Goodwin with the steal. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
And the first one at the line is good.
And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Here's Temple. His last outing, he had 8 points. Passes it to Karuch. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. 11 feet away, and the shot goes in. Dinwiddie's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Goodwin. No points in the game yet for him. Young drives in. Pass to Graham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Dinwiddie outside. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Nets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That one is off. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Teague left side. It's tipped. Teague against LeVert. 1:30 left in the first quarter. Jordan. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. To the inside. Fernando, the pass to Goodwin. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Goodwin's got his second bucket of the night. Nets trail by 3. The pass to LeVert. The 11-footer. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Goodwin feeling it out. Fernando can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Now here's LeVert. Graham defending. LeVert kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Shot clock at 6. No good that time. Great D that time from T. Here's Goodwin. LeVert grabs the miss. Here's Luwawu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that's good. Karis LeVert for 3. And this game is tied up now. Teague for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Tie game in Atlanta. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to try to feed that, get out quick.
Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Karis LeVert is out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Jordan, and it's Luwawu in at the small forward. Now here's Teague, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. The three. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, if you let a player like Jeff Teague get set from behind the arc, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to LeVert. There's the feed to Jordan. Here's Luwawu. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
LeVert against Jones. Graham with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 5. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's Reddish. Another three for Atlanta.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jordan finds LeVert. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Over in the corner, Reddish. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Temple gets the bucket.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
A flawless finish on the alley-oop. And the Hawks lead by 7.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul. Collins checked in for Atlanta. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Outside Jordan. Passes it to LeVert. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Top of the key, Teague. Jones, the pass to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Teague, and Jordan sends it back.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And Atlanta has possession after the basket by Brooklyn. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
It's his 2nd foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hunter's checked in. Jared Allen's checked in for the Nets. On defense, Brooklyn. They trail by 3. T kicks to Hunter. Inside. Here's Collins. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And the first one drops. And so Collins nails both of them. Here's LeVert. He's got 13. Pass to Luau. Back to LeVert. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. LeVert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Jones dishes to T. Shoots over LeVert. The Hawks again can't hit. Nets trail by 3. Here's Luau. There's the pass to LeVert. Pass to Luau. Just 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it.
How about that? That's a big boost defensively if Herter can get in there and block shots and intimidate in some way.
Hunter, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And there's the call on John Collins. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Hawks making a change here. Young's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Taurean Prince. He's checked in for Karuch. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Luau. Here's Allen. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The Nets working the ball around now. Young against LeVert. 6 to shoot. And Jones sends it back. And they get it back. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. 3-point lead. Young against Dinwiddie. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. Now Hunter. Pass to Herter. Clock at 6. Young with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. Young's got 10 points in the game.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from 3-point range this quarter.
Here's Dinwiddie. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Now, here is Young. 10 points for him. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to LeVert. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Dinwiddie. How he did last season. Put up about 17 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. High post Allen. The dish to Dinwiddie. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
Young against Dinwiddie. Collins trying to break free. Shots good from Young. Young's got 7 points for the quarter.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Allen outside, and the pass to LeVert. Dinwiddie outside. No good on the three. The Hawks leading by 7. Pass to Herter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Herter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Brent, many consider Trae Young the first product of the Steph Curry generation. He grew up in the age of the three-point shot.
I think that's pretty fair. He said he recorded all of Steph Curry's games. He studied them and tried to see where Steph was gaining some advantage, and that balance of his shooting and his playmaking, then moving without the ball. You can see all of those sort of attributes that are coming out of Trae Young, courtesy of Steph Curry.
Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Kevin Herter. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Temple comes in for Karis LeVert. Jordan, the pass to Prince. Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to Harris. Shoots the 3. No good that time. Atlanta leading by 9. Now, here's Reddish. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. Here's Hunter. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And here is Harris. He's got 7. Kicks to Prince. Pass to Temple. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Harris's shot is off.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Prince outside, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where he's a huge threat to complete any sort of alley-oop. You could throw that at the top of the square, and DJ's going to throw it in.
Young passes to Reddish. The shot that time, not on target. Dinwiddie with some nice D. We've got 1:55 left in the first half of basketball. The pass to Harris. Keeps it alive, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 7 points in the game.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Now, here's Collins. 26 points for him last game against Orlando.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game? It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
So it's Brooklyn now. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. And they double up Jordan. Temple finds Harris. Knocks down the 3 ball. Now just a 5-point Hawks lead.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
And he gets it to go.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Temple. To the inside. Prince misses.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Hunter. A terrific shot on the turnaround. And it's a 9-point Atlanta lead.
At 6'7", Hunter, nice handles there, showing him off on that possession.
Dinwiddie passes to Temple. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. "17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Dinwiddie with it. He has 7. Clock at 4. Lets it go from deep. Tries again. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jeff, you guys had a great first half. Is the key to the second half to continue to be that aggressive?
Yeah, we got to play defense. They're a really good team. They're going to play hard. They're real physical. We just got to come down and keep guarding.
Jeff, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Man, we just saw the best of Trae Young. Unlimited range, can make plays for others, will always be at a size disadvantage, but refuses to let that stand in his way.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
We've played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Nets trail by 9. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Fernando in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now, here's Hunter. It's Young on the wing. Pass to Fernando. And the 3 off target. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. And it's Harris off the drive. Nets passing it around. From downtown, drains the three-pointer. Harris has got 13.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Herter. LeVert defending. Here's the floater. And the layup is good. He's got 9.
Herter showing off the fact that he has a float game as well.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. And here is Allen. And Young comes over to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Brooklyn has possession. Passes it to LeVert. 5 to shoot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a foul.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And the free throw drops for LeVert. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Atlanta leading by 7. Here's Hunter. The rebound by Prince. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
Maybe not a super athlete or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his first foul. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Harris kicks to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And you love the aggressiveness of Young tacking off the dribble, and Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin, but it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
The first one falls.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Greg Huerter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
The Hawks leading by 9. Hunter, the pass to Young to the right side. Hawks passing it around. Pass to Huerter. Fires from deep. The Hawks again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Harris, good.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Here's Huerter. 11 points in the game. The pass to Fernando. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Collins. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hunter from past the arc.
Yeah, still struggling to find the bottom of the net from three-point range this half. They were much better in the first.
Harris outside. Shoots from 12. That one rolling around and rims out. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. To the wing right side. Ball's knocked loose. Herter passes to Collins. Just 5 to shoot. On its way from Young for 2. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And now the defense full attention and antennas up. Trae Young getting warm.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen, and Garrett Temple subbed in for LeVert. Jordan dishes to Harris. Prince the pass to Temple. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. 12 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's foul number 2 for him. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Fernando. Jordan with the block. Dinwiddie against Young. Dinwiddie drives in. That's no good. That miss makes him 5 for 11 from the field. There's the triple. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Trae Young, so fun to watch that smooth stroke.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And let's take a look here at John Collins.
Last season, he played outstanding. 15th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards. Going hard at it at both ends last year. Really helping out his team. Atlanta calls timeout. Damian Jones is checked in for Atlanta. Goodwin comes in for Kevin Huerter. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. DeAndre Jordan third.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Jones, the pass to Goodwin. To the paint. And that one's good. Hunter's got 9.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Jordan finds Dinwiddie. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No, it can't be. Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game.
Yeah.
Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
And here is Goodwin after Spencer Dinwiddie getting his shot to go from deep.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Now the pass to Goodwin. Clock at 6. Knocks it loose. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Nets trail by 9. Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. Down low. And the rejection by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away.
And it's good. 2 points. 9 points in the game so far.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Dinwiddie against Young. Harris outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Dinwiddie, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Trae Young. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
And he makes the first. Atlanta making some changes. Graham's checked in, and it's Reddish in for Hunter. The Nets also changing it up. Rodions Kurucs comes in for Taurean Prince, and it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Joe Harris. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Hawks leading by 9. Teague deciding where to go with it. That one drops for him. Teague's got 5 points so far.
The defense lurking. Teague shows tremendous confidence going up against it and finds a way to nail it.
Here's Temple. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And both free throws good for Temple. And Teague's got the ball here for the Hawks. Pass to Reddish. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 11.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Jordan up top. Good D by Jones.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now here's Teague. He has 5. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Jordan. Nets trail by 11. To the middle. Now here's LeVert. Defense is right there. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Graham. Now Teague. And here is Graham. He dishes it to Reddish. Shot clock at 5. Jones finds Teague. Knocked loose. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Temple, and he lays it up and in. Temple's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Brooklyn.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Feeds it to Teague. Now here's Goodwin. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Jeff Teague. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 8 assists and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Nets trail by 11. Here's Temple. He has 7. And stolen by Graham. And now here's Goodwin, the fast break chance. And then Goodwin with the dunk.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Temple. Passes to LeVert. Here's Luwawu. Teague covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the wing. He's off on that one. The Hawks leading by 13. The Hawks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. That free throw good from Reddish. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Teague against LeVert. Out to the wing. Here's Temple. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Karuch. Karis LeVert is out there with Garrett Temple. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Luwawu in at the 3.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
The Hawks leading by 12. Young passes to Hunter. Now here's Goodwin. Jones kicks to Young. Hawks passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Goodwin. Rebounded by the Nets. Here's Luwawu. Dishes it to Allen. Luwawu, the pass to LeVert. Here's Temple. Pass to Karuch. Reddish grabs the rebound. Hawks shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Inside, here's Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Drawing a foul down low. Trae Young earning that trip to the line.
First one falls for him.
And Trae Young wants to be a leader, but it's not about wanting it. You have to show it on a consistent basis so your teammates start to look towards you.
And so Young nails them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's LeVert. And there's the pass to Luwawu. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Atlanta leading by 14. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Jones. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Temple. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot. Really heads up there, a play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Wound up there for Allen. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here is Young. Takes the 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Luwawu, the pass to Temple. Now LeVert. And stolen by Hunter. He kicks to Goodwin. Pass to Jones. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Goodwin. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Hawks lead by 15.
And trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second three of the game. One in each half.
Timeout called, the Nets. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Now, here's LeVert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on DeAndre Hunter. The first free throw is good. So for the Hawks, Kevin Huerter comes in for Reddish. And it's Teague in for Goodwin. Both shots good from the stripe. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Teague finds Jones. Young drives in, and it's sent back by Allen. Here's Huerter. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Huerter's a big guard, and defense is sometimes not equipped at that position to handle that size.
LeVert against Young. Allen outside. Pass to Luau. Jacks up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Jones. Knocked away. Stolen by LeVert. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Jarrett Allen. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Atlanta leading by 13. And Young kicks to Teague. Tipped away. And the turnover again by Atlanta. Here's Temple. Pass to Dinwiddie. And the basket is good. Dinwiddie's got 19 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Now, here's Hunter. Here's Teague. And it goes down 2 points.
And that is why you run the pick and roll, because Teague is an absolute speed demon on those set plays.
Dinwiddie passes to Luau. Here's Temple. Teague covering. Temple dishes to Jordan. 5 on the clock. Here's Luwawu, and Jones sends it back. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his 3rd foul of the game. John Collins, he's checked in for Damian Jones. And a change for the Nets. Harris is checked in. Here's Young. Collins wide open, he fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist here tonight. Nets trail by 15. Here's Temple. Now the dish to Dinwiddie. Floats one up. Good defensive work there by Young. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Outside Collins. Hunter, the pass to Collins. He feeds it to Hunter. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the paint. And that's Prince, that time on the assist by Harris.
Well, he has good size at his position, and Taurean Prince, even though traffic around him doesn't speed him up. Nice shot there.
It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Here's Young. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The mentality of Trae Young: shoot first, shoot often, keeps defenders very active. In this case, too active.
First free throw is good. And so Young nails them both.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his 5th foul.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but he has to be better in avoiding contact on that play. That's his 5th foul, and one more, it'll be hitting the showers.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Prince. Dinwiddie finds Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. He's perfect from the line this time. The Hawks leading by 13. Young with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Now, Trae Young in this game is playing completely in control and taking advantage of defenders being overly aggressive.
And that one falls for Young. And so Young nails them both. Nets trail by 15. Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That free throw, no good. So he comes up empty at the line. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
And the first one at the line is good. And he can't hit the second. Here's Herter. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. Young against Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Harris. Just 5 to shoot over Collins. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Harris. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. At one point, they led by 16. It's deflected. Now here's LeVert. He's covered closely. Dinwiddie outside. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Jared Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Taurean Prince comes in for Garrett Temple. The first free throw is good.
Already impressing at a young age, Kevin Huerter's dead-eye accuracy from deep, combined with being a fearless competitor going inside. That's going to pay some dividends throughout his career.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets trail by 14. The pass to LeVert from the low block. It's rebounded by Huerter. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. And Reddish with the slam.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Huerter finds an open teammate.
Poked away. And so the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. Teague comes in for Kevin Huerter. Now Young. Outside Collins. Back to Young. An easy 2 points on the layup. Young's got 8 points in the quarter.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Dinwiddie with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. The Hawks leading by 16. And here's Young. He dishes it to T. Pass to Reddish. Fires for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Reddish has got 9 points now in just the second half. Nets trail by 19. Dinwiddie outside. Passes to LeVert. Battles through traffic and lays it in. LeVert's got 23.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Young against Harris. From 10 feet out, that one wide left. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Hawks.
They made the most of their free throw opportunities.
They just shot much better, and that improved their confidence, I think, as a team. It was a team that believed they would make those shots.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Trae Young.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Harris's shot is off. LeVert against Young. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Some solid defense from Harris. LeVert kicks to Dinwiddie. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Young against Martin. Now, here is Young. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.